This is the opening scene of Season 2 of Broad City. Abby and Alana, the show's creators and best friend protagonist, are just trying to survive a chaotic subway ride.
And the camera kind of stops on these other two women who are standing there with pepper-sprayed eyes.
That's Caroline Framke.
I write about culture at Vox. I have watched and analyzed this show to death.
Like many of the best moments in Broad City, the entire scene is super surreal. So the women probably wouldn't stand out to a first-time viewer. But if you watch Broad City religiously like we do, you'll immediately get the joke. You see, those two women are a callback to a moment in the first season when Abby and Alana actually got pepper sprayed. They're wearing the same clothes and have the same devastated-looking faces. Alana's doppelganger is even holding the same curtain rod.
That's a callback.
4 and 3 and 2 and 1.
Your typical joke in a TV comedy requires very little space between the setup and the punchline. Take the classic Dick Van Dyke Show.
Hey, honey, will you bring me a handkerchief?
We're only going next door.
I can run back here and blow my nose. Right?
If you've never seen the show before, you're still guaranteed a good laugh. But there's another set of much more intricate jokes that are written specifically for die-hard viewers. They are called callbacks, running gags, and Easter eggs. So what's a callback exactly? A callback references a moment or a joke that most likely happened in a previous episode. Seinfeld was one of the first shows to employ callbacks pretty regularly.
To use two famous Seinfeld episodes, one to set it up is the contest, where all the characters compete to see who can go the longest without masturbating.
So you're still master of your domain?
Yes, I am.
George wins. Then later in the puffy shirt episode,
That's season 5.
George is trying to be a hand model. The client makes a reference to a previous hand model not being, quote, master of his domain.
He was not master of his domain.
And George says not to worry about it.
You don't have to worry about me. I won a contest.
If you're a casual viewer, you're not going to know what that means. But if you're a viewer who's kind of stuck with Seinfeld a little bit, you know exactly what that means.
Callbacks can very easily turn into running gags if they keep happening again and again.
Like, no one knows what a chicken sounds like on Arrested Development.
That is not how chicken sounds. Chickens don't clack.
Oh, this is priceless.
You're a chicken. Cuckoo-ca-cha. Cuckoo-ca-cha.
You're the chicken, not me. Cluck, 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 cluck.
Or how Kenneth the Page is an immortal flesh vessel in 30 Rock.
Worn this old jacket since You killed the bird I've had for almost 60 years. Sure, I was legally dead for 5 minutes. Who said I've been alive forever? Because when I look into a mirror, there's just a white haze.
And in Broad City,
Abby always having to clean increasingly disgusting things out of the gym's bathroom.
Got something for you.
Okay.
Big old clogged toilet in the girls' room. We got another pube situation in the women's locker room. We could really use some Abby magic. There's a pube situation in the locker room that is unprecedented. Somebody barfed on an exercise ball, and then it bounced down 2 flights of stairs, so...
There's a bloody spill in your spin studio.
But really, there's a bloody spill in the spin studio.
A good example of how sort of intertwined callbacks and running jokes can get is a stylistic choice that Broad City has made for a couple moments when Abby and Alana are disoriented or thrown off by a piece of news.
Oh my God. She doesn't know. Know what? Oh, this is gonna be so rich.
Alana finds out that Abby made out with a friend of theirs.
Made out.
And Alana has always wanted to make out with Abby and has never gotten to, so this is a very personal blow to her.
this is a direct callback, shot for shot, to a moment when Abby misses a package delivery that she's supposed to get for her neighbor/crush, Jeremy.
Are you okay?
At this point, that's a callback. If they use it again and keep using it, that can become a running joke.
One of my favorite callbacks in Broad City actually begins in this episode Working Girls, when Abby has to track down Jeremy's lost package.
Peterborough's distribution center is on North Brother Island.
Is that in New York? I've never even heard of that.
Yeah, it's in the East River.
Here, we're introduced to Garrel.
Hello, Garrel. I'm not sure if I'm in the right place. Okay.
Garrel was the keeper of lost packages.
In other words, an old lady eating yogurt alone in a warehouse on North Brother Island. You would think Garrel is just an amazingly cast one-hit wonder, but fast forward 12 episodes, and she's the patron of a speakeasy that Abby performs at when she's blackout drunk.
And she goes to a speakeasy and performs as the sort of Liza Minnelli-ish lounge singer.
Aren't you a hot diggity dog and a scallywag to boot?
With this very exaggerated accent is so wonderful, especially because if you are a diehard Broad City fan, you might remember what we will call an Easter egg.
Oh, Val about town, town about Val. How did I not know that when Abby gets blackout drunk, she becomes Val?
Wait, Val? Let's rewind back to the second season premiere.
Val?
The best part about this entire moment is how Abby is just as confused as we are. At that point, we'd never heard of Val before.
It's a very elaborate setup.
It's an amazing Easter egg.
Almost every viewer will get a running gag. More attentive viewers will get callbacks. Only diehards will get Easter eggs.
If a TV show can pull off callbacks, running gags, and Easter eggs,
it can really build out a much more satisfying world.
One thing you can count on Broad City on is being super surreal. In the episode Working Girls, when Abby goes to North Brother Island, she has this question, she's like, is that even a place? And it actually is a place. It's in the middle of the East River, and it's home to abandoned mental institutions from the turn of the century. Comedy Central is made a Broad City map of New York City, and you can see North Brother Island is located right here in the East River. And if you look closely, there's a little arrow pointing towards Costco and one pointing towards Garrel.